For me, the how far I've come has actually been about accepting that I can achieve what it is that I want to achieve. So a lot of, like, I have always wanted to be one of the key leaders in the small business community, but have doubted the value that I bring to that sector.
It's interesting because I think a lot of people get caught up in I've got to do something new, or it's got to be something, you know, just completely amazing and revolutionary, exactly. And I think it's important to realise that what you bring, Kat, is you.
Yeah, that has been a big part of that realisation for me, just being okay with me being me.
Yeah.
Don't have to be a somebody else. What's that saying? Your best bet is to be yourself because everybody else is taken.
Yeah.
And I kind of remind myself that and go, yeah, just.
I also heard one like that, and I said, because you'll always be second best at being someone else.
Yeah, I like that.
It's interesting because I'm sure other people think, oh, well, just lighten up on yourself and don't be so hard.
That's the worst thing to say to someone.
I had an interesting conversation with my 4-year-old son the other day where I gave him an acknowledgement for, wow, Nat, he's sleeping longer. Wow, Nat, that's really great. You're sleeping longer. Here's your reward. Here's your reward. Bribery works every time. Yeah. And I watched it go into his ears, hit his little brain, and then light up his eyes and his smile. And he really got it. Thanks, Mum. If I had a similar conversation with my daughter, who's not that much older, she would say, oh yeah, but I only made it to 6 o'clock, Mum, and really I was aiming for 6:30 or something. And it's just in the DNA. Yeah. When I was talking this through with her father, he said, well, that's you. And I said, I know, it's like it's in your DNA to look for that missing bit.
It's such an important mindset to have, to acknowledge what you have. For some people that get dressed in the uniform, look in the mirror and go, gee, I've only got 2 stripes, I really should have 3. And they actually see what's not there.
That's me.
And that can be really hard because there's always going to be something that's not there. There's always another something. But it's about acknowledging plus rather than sort of having the goal and seeing the gap.
Yeah, so not just looking at what isn't.
Exactly, and in fact more focus being on what is.
Yeah.
A good example too, there's some good research around goals that's coming out now, and there's been a lot of focus on how to achieve a goal, how to set a goal, how to work towards it, and there's some recent research on when is it time to let a goal go. And absolutely there are times that if you're holding on to something that's not working for you, it's actually really detrimental to your health. And so there's always the balance of that sort of thing. I think we're just starting to come around to, well, there's got to be times where you've just got to let it go and to
I guess I'd like people to know that letting go is not as hard as you would think.
Yeah.
You think it is going to be the most dramatic event of the week.
But it is for that moment.
At the moment, but then if you do it more, it's very quick recovery.
Well, I think that's important because I've worked with a lot of people that would like to make a change but are scared of the pain that goes along with that short-term change, which what you spoke about.
Excuses.
Yeah, that it was really, it was really hard in that first short term, but then it became much easier. And so I think that's a really important thing for people to hear. Yes, it's going to be awful, but not as awful as it was to continue living that dream life that wasn't working for you.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's really important and to acknowledge if something's not working for you. And I've always said, if my dream doesn't work, then I'll change. Without a doubt, my family will always come first. So I think it's really important and exciting.
So you live it. You say that your family will come first, and you make that happen. You're saying my family will come first, and then making all the excuses about working is putting them first because it brings in an income.
Yeah.
It's not quite.
Yeah.